Hi everyone, welcome to Simple Concepts. I'm your educator Niyati Pearl. Guys, in this video we will be discussing the part 2 of poverty line in India, its meaning, concept and evolution. So before we start up with the actual video, let me tell you all, आपको अगर आपका 2021 UPSC सिलेक्शन अगर आपको इंश्योर करना है, then join the 4 epic batches for full 1 year preparation which has already been started from 1st of June on Unacademy Plus. आपको इनका सब्सक्रिप्शन लेना है एंड इसके बेनिफिट्स ये हैं गाइस कि इट इज बेसिकली इट विल बी कवरिंग द फुल सिलेबस कवरेज मिलेगा आपको. यहाँ पे प्रीलिम्स, मेन और मेंस की टेस्ट सीरीज होंगी विथ प्रॉपर एनालिसिस. आपको डेडिकेटेड डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशंस भी होंगे आपके लिए. इंटरव्यू और इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन भी रहेगा और बेसिकली बायलैंग्वेज होगा, मतलब 2 लैंग्वेजेस में आपका जीएस बैच के कोर्सेस होंगे. सो यू कैन टेक द अनअकैडमी सब्सक्रिप्शन. ऑल्सो गाइज, आपको अगर लेट नाइट बायलैंग्वेज बैच कोर्सेस अगर लेने हैं, सपोज आप वर्किंग एस्पिरेंट्स हैं या फिर आप हाउस वाइफ्स हैं जिनको दिन में वक्त नहीं मिलता, फिर भी यहाँ पे अनअकैडमी प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन आप ले सकते हो. इट इज स्पेशली डिजाइन फॉर वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल. फिर से आपको फुल सिलेबस कवरेज इसमें भी मिलेगा. प्रीलिम्स एंड मेंस टेस्ट, प्रीलिम्स और मेंस की टेस्ट सीरीज मिलेंगी विद एनालिसिस. ऑल्सो डेडिकेटेड डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशंस रहेंगे और इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन भी यहाँ पे रहेगा. एक और बात, आपको अनअकैडमी प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन पे आपको भारी डिस्काउंट मिल सकता है, 10% डिस्काउंट. अगर आप हमारा ये डिस्काउंट अगर आप कोड यूज करें SIMPLEYT, ये अगर आप कोड यूज करते हैं तो आपको 10% डिस्काउंट भी मिलेगा आपके अनअकैडमी प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन के फीस में. ओके. ऑल्सो आप आपके स्क्रीन पर अभी देख रहे हो 29 मार्च, 12 अप्रैल और 25 मई, इन सारे डेट्स पे अनअकैडमी यूपीएससी चैंपियनशिप चल रही है, जहां पे आपको ऑल इंडिया फ्री मॉक टेस्ट फॉर यूपीएससी सीएससी प्रीलिम्स 2020 आपको मिलेंगे. और यहाँ पे एक्सपर्ट्स द्वारा यानी कि राकेश शर्मा सर, मृणाल पटेल सर और आतिश माथुर सर के द्वारा आपको इन सारे ये आपके मेंटर्स रहेंगे. सो एनरोल योरसेल्व्स टुडे फॉर फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. ओके. सो हैविंग सेड दैट, लेट्स स्टार्ट आवर टुडेज वीडियो which is the part 2 of poverty line in India, its meaning, concept and evolution. गाइस, आपको ये पूरा वीडियो समझ नहीं आएगा अगर आपने हमारा इसका फर्स्ट पार्ट नहीं देखा हो, तो डू ज्वाइन इन आवर चैनल और देखो, वहां पे हमारा वीडियो फर्स्ट पार्ट इसका देखो. और जो भी हम लेक्चर्स डिस्कस कर रहे हैं आपको इन सबके पीडीएफ नोट्स मिलेंगे इन द फॉर्म ऑफ पीडीएफ इफ यू ज्वाइन आवर टेलीग्राम ग्रुप. द लिंक ऑफ द ग्रुप इज गिवन इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बिलो. सो गाइज, हमने पिछले वीडियो में लद्दाख वाला कमेटी के बारे में डिस्कस किया था. अब जाते हैं आगे तेंदुलकर कमेटी के बारे में, अभी हम इस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो में डिस्कस करेंगे. सो द तेंदुलकर कमेटी वाज इन 2005 and it adopted same poverty line as that of the Ladakh wala committee, and the major departures were as follows. So basically it adopted the mixed reference period in place of uniform reference period. So during the previous methodologies, a uniform reference period was used that included 30 days just before the survey for all food and non-food items. But Tendulkar group changed reference period to past 1 year for 5 non-food items like clothing, footwear, durable goods, education and institutional medical expenses. Now for other items, 30 days reference period was retained. So this is called mixed reference period. Further, it recommended a shift away from basing the poverty line basket, or we can call it as PLB from now on, in caloric intake and towards the target nutritional outcomes. So it called for an excluded provision in the poverty line basket to account for private expenditure in health and education. The first point under Alaga committee mentions that it adopted separate PLB for urban and rural areas. But Tendulkar committee ended this practice by using uniform basket for both rural and urban based on previous urban poverty line basket. These changes were made for base year 2004 and 2005 ahead. These rendered past poverty lines incomparable with new ones as they were based on URP and separate basket for rural and urban India. Okay. Now guys, it has been often said that the Tendulkar poverty line is equivalent to World Bank $1 or $1.25 in public private property terms. So this purely public private and privatization. So this purely incidental and poverty line calculated by Tendulkar had nothing to do with World Bank methodologies. But government often defended poverty line in claiming that it is as per as the global standards. Okay. So next one was the Rangarajan committee, which was in 2012. So the expert group submitted its report in 2014, giving per capita monthly expenditure as rupees 972 in rural and rupees 1407 in urban areas as poverty line. So it preferred to use monthly expenditure of household of 5 for the poverty line purpose, which came out to be rupees 4860 in rural areas and rupees 7035 in urban areas. It further argued that considering the expenditure of household is more appropriate than that of the individuals. So living together brings down expenditure, and as expenses such as house rent, electricity, etc., it gets divided into 5 members. So other major recommendations were, first was it reverted to old system of separate poverty line basket for the rural and urban areas, which was unified by the Tendulkar group. Okay. Here आप अपने कंप्यूटर स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हो. सो इट इंस्टेड ऑफ मिक्स्ड रेफरेंस पीरियड इट रिकमेंडेड फॉर मॉडिफाइड मिक्स्ड रेफरेंस पीरियड, इन विच रेफरेंस पीरियड फॉर पीरियड आइटम्स वर टेकन एज 365 days for clothing, footwear, education, institutional, medical care and durable goods, 7 days for edible oil, egg, fish, meat, vegetables, fruits, then spices, beverages, refreshments, processed foods, then intoxicants, etc. Now 30 days they took for remaining food items and the fuel, light, miscellaneous goods and services, including non-institutional medicals, then rents and taxes. Also, the report says that poverty line should be based on certain normative levels of adequate nourishment plus clothing, house rent, conveyance, education and a behaviorally determined level of other non-food expenses. Normative means what is ideal and desirable, and here behavioral means what people use or consume as per their general behavior. So for normative levels of adequate nutrition, average requirement of calories, proteins and fats based on ICMR norms differentiated by age, gender and activity of all Indian rural and urban regions is considered. So calorie requirements was 2090 calories in urban areas and 2155 calories in rural areas. Proteins for rural areas was 48 grams around, and urban areas it was around 50 grams. So regarding the fat, for urban areas 28 grams and for rural areas it's for 26 grams. So normative levels for fat and proteins have been introduced for the first time, and those for calories are reduced from earlier standards of 2100 calories to and 2400 calories for urban and rural areas respectively. So this was in lines with recommendations of Indian Council of Medical Research, and it was found by council that due to change in lifestyle, more automation of industries, growing use of automobiles, etc., minimum calorific consumptions required has fallen. So poverty line by the group is also based on independent survey conducted by Center for Monitoring Indian Economy or CMIE. The results under this survey was remarkably close to those we get through the NSSO survey, confirming adequacy of NSSO data and group's methodologies. CMIE considers maximum income required to meet consumption expenses of household. If income is above consumption expenses, then households is above poverty line. Otherwise, if not able to save anything, it is below poverty line. CMIE conducted a survey of 1.5 lakh households. Now again, the national urban and rural poverty lines were converted of state specific poverty lines by using Fisher index. This gave us poverty ratios in states, and states poverty ratios were weighed average of rural and urban state poverty ratios. So as per these estimates, 30.9% of rural population and 26.4% of the urban population was below poverty line in 2011 and 2012. So these figures are not important for you all looking at the mains perspective. I'm just telling you कि आपको fodder material मिले so that it will be easy for you all to write your essays. Okay. So the all India ratio was 29.5%, and in rural India it was 260.5 million individuals were below poverty, and urban India it was 102.5 million were under poverty. So totally 363 million people were below poverty in 2001 and 12. So it should be also noted that there was no substantial drop in poverty ratio from 2009 levels. All right. So speaking about the World Bank's poverty line, the approach of poverty estimation by the World Bank is similar to that employed in India, and in most of the developing countries, the World Bank's estimate of poverty are based on poverty line of $1.5 per person per day, measured at 2005 international price and adjusted to local currency using the PPP or purchasing power parity. Okay. So the international poverty line is worked out as the average of national poverty lines in poorest 15 countries in terms of consumption per capita. So for these, World Bank runs as international comparison program. All this is essential for making international comparisons. Further, the performance of country on this front is major criteria for eligibility or the other terms and conditions for loans. But it is not much relevance for domestic policy making, as it fails to provide variation within the country, region, society, etc. Domestic poverty line, in contrast, tries to capture all local variations such as interstate or the rural-urban. Now, speaking about the Asian Development Bank too, they have their own poverty line, which is currently $1.51 per person per day. Now, speaking about identification of poor beneficiaries, the Ministry of Rural Development has conducted BPL census in 1992, 1997, 2002 and 11 to identify poor households. The BPL census is used to target families for assistance through various schemes of central government. The 2011 BPL census is being conducted along with the caste census, and it is dubbed the Socio-Economic and Caste Census, or SECC 2011. It is being conducted by the Ministry of Rural Development with partnership of states. As it has been mentioned earlier that previous census were only for rural people, but this was for the first time that comprehensive census that was included both urban and rural poor. As the name suggests, it has surveyed households to conduct number of socio-economic indicators such as literacy, housing assets and caste. So the entire exercise was paperless and it was done on handheld electronic device or tablet PC, and this has drastically reduced the data entry errors and discretion. Census is still underway, and you can see the work done far. So it attempts to minimize inclusion of exclusion errors. For this, it uses certain indicators which automatically excludes or includes households. For example, if household have four-wheeler vehicle, it will be automatically excluded. Or if a household is homeless or there is no working age and physically capable member in the household, it will get automatically excluded. Now let us look into some of the important questions जो आपको मेंस के पर्सपेक्टिव से important है, and do take screenshot of this, और otherwise आप टेलीग्राम ग्रुप पे भी आपको इसके PDF मिल जाएंगे इन सारे questions के. So the first question was comment on various issues involved in determining poverty line in India. You have to answer this question in 200 words. Next is in modern times, it is widely accepted that poverty is multidimensional and no one criteria can be used by policymakers. अंडर दीज सर्कमस्टांसेस व्हाट इज रेलेवेंस ऑफ पॉवर्टी लाइन। आपको हमारे इसका जवाब आपको हमारे फर्स्ट वीडियो में इजीली मिल जाएगा। नेक्स्ट वन इज वाई रंगराजन एक्सपर्ट ग्रुप वॉज अपॉइंटेड, डिस्कस मेजर रिकमेंडेशंस ऑफ द ग्रुप। इसका फर्स्ट हिस्सा आपको हमारे वीडियो में नहीं मिलेगा, बट सेकेंड हिस्सा ऑफकोर्स आपको मिलेगा। फर्स्ट हिस्सा आप मतलब यू हैव टू फाइंड इट आउट फॉर योर सेल्फ, दिस इज फॉर योर सेल्फ वर्क। I have purposely kept this question. So how beneficiaries of various government schemes are identified and what role does poverty line plays in this? You have to answer this question in 200 words. And the last question is, comment on global poverty lines determined by international agencies. Discuss its relevance in domestic context of the country. You have to discuss this question and answer in 200 words. So guys, that's all for this particular class. If you like this video, then do hit the like button. अगर आप इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे नए हो, then subscribe button प्रेस करिए। वहाँ पे notification bell icon होगा, वो भी प्रेस कीजिएगा, so that you can get notified every time we put any video on our YouTube channel. So that's all for this class, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for patiently listening to it and take care.